and welcome everyone to Kansas Christian College Cowan Memorial Auditorium here at 74th and Metcalf for our final game of the weekend. This has been a weekend, we say, that starts back on Wednesday. Started back on Wednesday with the men's first round, followed by a women's first round on Friday, on men's on Wednesday, women's on Thursday. We had semifinal games yesterday. We just concluded the women's championship with champion knocking off the number 1 seed Ozark 76-72 to earn a trip to Joplin here in a week and a half for nationals. Now we have one more game of the week to decide. This is the men's championship game, pitting Arlington, the Arlington Patriots, against Kansas Christian Falcons. Both of these teams have had to win a couple games to get to this point. We're looking for a great matchup today, and I'm joined here in the booth by Mr. Kevin Kramer.
Hi, guys.
Good to have you join us for one more game here, Kevin. I say just as you take a big drink.
You know, just as I take a drink. No, this is going to be a good championship game. Watched the Kansas City Christian boys last night play. They're an exciting team, and excited to see this Arlington team as well.
Now, you didn't get to see Arlington play yesterday.
No, I haven't, no.
But a couple players to watch for them. Mo Musa generally runs point for them. Great player, quick as can be, fearless, will take the ball inside. He had 20 points and 4 rebounds yesterday. And then Trey Ballard, just an absolute beast. 27 points yesterday, 11 rebounds. Fun player to watch. Stafford, number 24 for Arlington, 12 points yesterday. Tall kid, great inside the post. So those are some players to watch for Arlington. On Kansas Christian side, Vince Smith, number 15, had 21 points yesterday in a winning effort. And Washington, number 1, 13 points yesterday as well. Runs the point for Kansas Christian quite a bit. So we are about ready to get this game started. They have come over the public address system. So we're going to cut our mics and let you listen to the pregame festivities, and then we will be back with you in just a few minutes. right, so you heard the starting lineups there. Again, this is Tim Scott, joined by Kevin Kramer in the booth. Kansas Christian is the host school, but they will be the visiting team on the scoreboard as Arlington is the #1 seed. So they will be the home team. Kansas Christian is dressed in the all black, Arlington in the gray and red uniforms. And we are ready to tip this off. Kevin, one thing you will hear and notice quite a bit, Kansas Christian has a good student section setting up on stage and cheering, and when something big happens for Kansas Christian, you will hear them come alive over there.
Yeah, we definitely noticed that last night when the boys were playing. It got loud. This whole stadium was about twice as loud as it was during the other game.
Musa with the ball, good pass down low to Ballard. Ballard puts it up for 2. And just like that, Arlington jumps out to a 2-0 lead. Kansas Christian bringing the ball up into the hands of Washington. Now Washington kicks the ball over to Wilson, back to Washington. Now good strong pass all the way down low to Frazier, but knocked away. Ballard into the front court looking to drive, knocks Washington back a little bit, then stops and pops the 17-footer. Boy, I mentioned it before the game. Ballard is just an absolute beast.
Definitely.
He's got a body for a post player, but he plays a lot of guard.
Yeah.
But he's not afraid to take it into post, nor is Washington, which puts up a shot, but the shot does not fall. Ball comes out to Musa. Musa looks to push, kicks it over to Morrow. Morrow for the 3, little bit long. Tipped back up by Murray, no good. Kansas Christian on the run now into the hands of Washington. He will look to set up the offense. Down 4-0 early in this game, being guarded closely by Musa. Now Washington looks to drive, and he gets Ballard. Ballard tries to slide over, but is not in defensive position. And Ballard gets the foul called, but I'm going to say that Washington lost that battle.
Yeah, Ballard may have gotten the foul, but Washington's the one hurting on that one.
I think that's one of those, you may have won the battle, but I will win the war. Washington goes to the line for 2. First one is good. Ballard and Morrow switch places in the lane for the free throw. Washington looking to put up the second shot. Here it comes, and again, good. Kansas Christian now on the board. Quickly pushed ahead to Ballard. Ballard being guarded by Wilson, and Wilson had his hands out there getting called for a hand check or for a push. So Arlington will bring the ball in on the sideline as Stafford checks into the game for Murray, and we'll see this quite a bit throughout this game. Stafford and Murray just going back and forth. Coach Jennings likes to sub those players in and out for each other. So Stafford now with the ball. Great help defense there by Frazier, cutting off that lane. Stafford loses the ball, goes out of bounds, but sticks with Arlington. So Ballard will now inbound. Stafford looking for it. Pass it up high to Stafford. Now Stafford goes strong to the basket. No good, knocked away. Morrow rebounds it quickly, passes it out. Now out to Musa. Musa looks to drive a little bit under control. Gets it under control, passes to Stafford. Shot up, no good. Outlet pass to Washington, and Kansas Christian looking to run. All the way to the basket is Smith. But Morrow going up high for the block. Great play there by Morrow. And Smith will. I'm sorry, there must have been a foul. I did not hear the whistle. Was that foul on Morrow?
Yeah, that foul was on Morrow. That's going to be his first foul. That's going to be team foul number 2.
As Smith puts in the first free throw.
Yeah, from what I saw, I thought it was a clean block, but I guess the referees saw otherwise.
And we had a good look at it, just 60 foot from the basket, sitting right here. So I don't know how we could have missed it, but apparently we did.
The refs, they didn't come confer with us either. So.
No, they should have. Now Musa with the ball up at the top, down to Stafford. Stafford working inside. against Conley. Foul called on Conley, I believe.
It is on Conley. That's going to be his first. That's going to be team foul number 2 for Kansas Christian.
That Stafford-Conley matchup may be something to watch, as well as Morrow kicks out to the wing for a 3, airballs it. Now you'll hear that student section. You can hear them pretty strong as they're letting Morrow know about that shot, as Vince Smith drives into the basket, but he is going to be called for the offensive foul as Musa sets up for a charge and gets the call. Last night, Musa had 4 times where he set up for a charge and 4 times the call went against him. Today, Musa gets that call as he brings the ball into the front court. His team tied with Kansas Christian. Now Musa drives strong to the basket, nowhere to go. Taken away by Smith. Smith passing the ball ahead all the way to the basket is Wilson for 2. Great play by Wilson, great pass by Smith. Musa quickly into the front court. Here's the shot from the corner and drilled by Green. Coach says Green is a great 6th man coming off the bench. Green will play a lot of minutes today.
And one thing I noticed about Arlington is they have a lot of bench points that are added into their team. Last game, they had 35 bench points from Arlington.
Okay, we're being told that the audio is behind the video. I will make a change on that on our end. You let us know if it gets better or worse. This is something that we kind of have to adjust throughout the game. As Vince Smith with the 3 drills it, and Kansas Christian now at the 9-7 lead as Musa brings the ball into the front court. Musa looking to drive again, strong to the basket, now passes down low. Hard foul by Vince Smith. That will...
Second foul, team foul number 4 already for Kansas Christian. Oh, 5. That was on Wilson. I believe that was on 15. Should have been on 15.
Yeah, I had Smith on it.
Yep.
The officials are conferring, and it is on 15. So, Kevin, finally they start listening to us.
Well, you know, I mean, like, we do have eyes on the game as well.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we're not paid as much as they do, but...
And we're highly trained.
We've watched a few basketball games here in our lives.
And we have done a lot of critiquing in our day. So.
Well, I will say I've reffed about as much as anyone, most of it just from the sideline.
As Hodge puts down the first free throw. Washington starts to step into the lane, then backs back out. Hodge puts down the second free throw. Now Arlington is going to bring subs into this game.
Looks like Murray's back into the game as well as Morrow.
There's one other, I didn't get the number on it. We have a tie-up, and that ball should go to Kansas Christian, and it does. So tie ball game early on.
We got some more subs for
now
Arlington.
Subbing 3 in.
23, 24, and 22 are all in the game.
That's Ballard, Stafford, and Hodge. Coach Jennings likes to keep his players fresh, likes to play a fast-paced game as Arlington sets up in a 1-2-2 high half-court press to try to get a trap. PCC does a good job of getting out of that. Arlington drops back into man, and Raekwon Frazier drills the 3.
And then they make a nice play up here. Washington helps tip the ball away. It looks like him and Jordan were up there on the play. We're able to get the ball tipped away, and it's going back to Kansas Christian.
Now we have Green with the steal for Arlington, looking to take it all the way to the basket, and he does and scores. You don't want to give up those easy plays like that as Washington passes the ball ahead to Jordan. Jordan in the game. We didn't call him a minute ago. Jordan now handling the ball. Back to Washington with 17 on the shot clock. Washington looks to pass the ball down low, taken away by Ballard, ahead to Stafford. Stafford is going to put it down.
Well, and that's two quick turnovers by Kansas Christian that led to 4 points for Arlington, and that's exactly what you don't want to have happen.
Arlington staying in this high trap. For a moment, they had Wilson trapped. Wilson does a good job getting out of it. Ball goes to Frazier. Now back to Jordan at the top of the key. Quickly swinging it around to Washington. Washington puts up the shot. And you can hear the air ball chant from the Arlington faithful that are here. Arlington, Texas is a little ways away, but they've got some fans in the building tonight. Now Ballard squares it up and drills the 25-foot guarded three. And just like that, Arlington is up by 5 with 5 minutes down in this first half. Now Arlington sets the high trap. Turnover again by Kansas Christian. Hodge over to Ballard. Ballard up to Stafford. Stafford with the 2. And Kansas Christian coach Cuellar is going to call a timeout as Arlington goes on a little bit of a run there and stretches that out to a 7-point lead. So we will take that timeout with them. We'll be back here in 30 seconds with Arlington.
Take the next step towards your college degree at Kansas Christian College. We have residential and online degrees just for you. Our faculty have international experience and teach from a Christian values perspective. Classes will be convenient, your degree will be affordable, and you will be prepared to serve others in your career. Enroll today in your undergraduate degree program at kansaschristian.edu. Take that next step toward your life goals and achieve your dream. Enroll today at Kansas Christian College. Classes are forming now.
Tim Scott back here with Kevin Kramer in the booth today, and for this game we are situated close to the KCC Falcons bench. And Kevin, I think the message during that timeout from the coach was don't take the ball to the corner. Did you get that message?
You know, I heard it loud and clear, and we're quite a ways away actually, but they were stressing that point. Which that coffin corner, as soon as you get across that half-court line, that trap is pretty hard to get out of, and that's a good place to avoid as a guard.
All right, we'll see if Coach got his message across as Jordan will be bringing the ball up for KCC. Looks like Arlington out of the timeout backs up into a zone, either a 2-1-2 or a 2-3 zone. Almost had a steal. Ball stays with Kansas Christian, but Jordan is going to come out of the game.
Jackson Hall substitutes in for him.
Washington with the ball, back over to Hall, back over to Washington. Washington now looking to drive, kicks it back to Hall momentarily. Hall had a three-point opportunity, got a little bit tangled up. Washington back to Hall. Hall brings it into the corner up top for Washington. Washington with an open three, doesn't quite go in. Strong rebound attempt underneath. We have a tie-up on the floor between Musa and Conley. The ball will go back over to Arlington on the jump ball. Referee checking the floor, have some sweat from the bodies that were on the floor, and got that taken care of. We haven't mentioned this yet, but if you're watching from the live chat, you want to throw in a shout out to one of these players that you're watching, that you're a family or a friend, we would do our best to mention some of those on the air. Musa now looking to drive all the way to the basket, and he does.
Coach called for play Nebraska. I don't know if that's what that play is, but keep the ball with Musa and go and score. I guess that's Nebraska.
Is that the same as Omaha that Peyton Manning used to always call?
You know, he called that one a lot.
Now Jackson Hall with the three-point attempt, doesn't quite go. Great rebound underneath there by Conley. Conley puts it back up, and KCC needed that shot.
Definitely did. Kept it a 7-point game.
Now Ballard to the basket hard. Washington coming back on the other end, partially knocked away by Green, goes out of bounds on Green, and it will stay with Kansas Christian.
Good defense on Green to be able to get a hand on that ball and break that play up.
Really will. It is. Washington now with the ball down low. I heard that
and
slap
one
from here. Basket is good. Musa slaps down. Musa slaps down, gets Washington's hand. Washington is able to power the shot up and good. Washington will go to the line for one as we have a 5-point ball game.
That foul on Musa was his first foul. That's going to be team foul number 4.
Nikki Washington says, shout out from Texas to Jay Washington, number 1 from KCC. Nikki Javarius just made you proud there as Musa loses the ball, but we're going to have a foul.
I believe that one is going to be on Wilson. It's going to be a second foul, team 5. Or 5th.
You know, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
They don't pay us for our English abilities.
Sometimes the caveman talk comes out.
On the pass there from Kansas Christian, and I can tell you, KCC's coach is not happy, and he's subbing Jordan back into this game. He is tired of the turnovers.
Whenever your pass goes out into the entryway, clear through the doors, you might have overpassed it a little.
Yeah, if those doors wouldn't have been closed, someone on 74th Street might have had a souvenir.
That's right.
Good strong take inside there by Stafford for 2. As Kansas Christian brings it back into the front court. Down by 6, still early in this game, handled by Jordan. Now Jordan over to Conley. Conley over to Wilson in the corner. Ball rims out, rebounded by Stafford. Stafford to Musa, and Musa looking to push this once again. That time a little bit of contact. Musa loses the ball. He's on the floor. And we're going to have another tie-up as Hyacinth is going to check into this game for Kansas Christian. Dwight Coleman, this is Coach Coleman of Dallas Christian College. I want to give a shout out to you two. Phenomenal job, guys. Thank you, Coach Coleman. Coach Coleman's team had a great game on Wednesday, knocking off Manhattan. Played well again last night against Kansas Christian, but came up a little bit short. So, Coach Coleman, it was great to have you and your team here for the tournament. Hope you all make it home safely, and thank you for watching this championship game today. Now I think we're going to have a foul on Hodge. Hodge didn't really agree with it, but, you know, unfortunately, Kevin, the referees don't generally take that into account whether or not you agree.
You know, they really don't. Sometimes it actually goes against you if you argue with the ref.
Yeah. Leah Green, go Darryl Green, proud big sister. Glad to have you watching, big sister. Jonathan Woods, let's go Falcons, watching from California. Jonathan Woods is a former Falcon. Now shot from about 18 foot there by Jordan, no good. Rebounded into the hands of Hodge. Hodge passes it back to Musa. Musa will set up the offense. To Ballard, excuse me. You all know I was having trouble with that yesterday. Ballard with the 16-footer, no good. And now Hodge gets the foul as Wilson rebounds that.
And that's going to be his second foul already. That's team foul number 6. So from here on out, Kansas Christian is going to be in the bonus.
And we've got a lot of time left to go in this first half of basketball here at Kansas Christian, championship game of the Southwest region for the NCCAA Division II. Jordan pushing the ball ahead to Wilson. Now that half-court trap trying to be set there by Arlington. Doesn't get it. Jordan almost travels with it. Wilson, Jordan to Wilson. Wilson back to Jordan. Now Jordan has it top of the key with 15 seconds to go. Jordan passes it down to Hyacinth. Hyacinth looks inside. Now finds Wilson wide open down low. Wilson can't convert. Fight for a rebound. And we're going to have a foul on Kansas Christian. I think that's Conley.
Yeah, they're going to call that one on Conley. He battled for the ball. Thought he almost had a rebound, but instead of coming away with the ball, he came away with a foul.
I think Conley had a push on Murray there.
We're going to get Darian Williams substituting in, and he is going to go in for Conley.
First time today, I believe Williams has been in the game. That may help Kansas Christian out to get a big body in there, another big body, rebounding. These guys are fighting hard for it underneath, but Kansas Christian was a little outsized, so we'll see how that works. And Kevin, you can figure out what's going on right here, as I'll do what I do best and just keep rambling on. Into the game, we didn't get this for you a little bit ago. Well, I may have figured it out on my own. Number 41 into the game. We don't have 41 on our roster.
All right, so number 41 is Tavian O'Quinn, who is in the book as number 11, but is wearing number 41, which is subbed into the game as 41, which is technically a technical. So that will be a technical, I believe, called if it's not in the book the way that he subbed in. So Arlington's going to be shooting 2 free throws and going to be getting the ball here.
Kevin, I have a technicality on your technical definition there. The officials are saying 1 shot on this technical. Some of those rules, college basketball technical rules, have been changed. And I believe since this is a violation technical, that's not quite the right words, but
a non-egregious
technical. There you go. There's
Gotcha.
Just 1 shot. Ballard is the one that takes that shot, and he nails it. No team fouls or personal fouls.
Gotcha.
Since it's simply
a technical foul.
A technical, and not an egregious technical. Those aren't the technical terms, but I think people know what we mean. As Green now has the ball, passes it over to Stafford, and Stafford takes a little step before he takes off with it.
Now, one technicality that I do know is you can't walk with the ball, and he just tried to, so that is going to be a turnover.
And Stafford was about 15 foot from the basket, and he can make it there in 2 steps, but he took a little stutter step before he started. Again, Arlington looking for that high trap. Hyacinth with the ball in his hands, drives to the basket, passes it to O'Quinn, I believe, and O'Quinn with the 2, and we're back to a 5-point ball game. Ball in the hands of Ballard. Ballard looking to drive strong to the basket.
Back to Ballard, shot it up over the rim. Stafford was the one that was able to put it in, though.
Right now, Arlington has a big lineup in with Ballard, with Green, and with Stafford, as well as Jackson is fairly good size as well. So everyone except for Musa in there for Arlington are some big guys.
Yeah.
And Arlington gets the rebound, and coach for Arlington feels things kind of getting a little bit sloppy, calls a quick timeout. With 10 minutes to go, Arlington up by 7. This is going to be a 30-second timeout. Thank you to everyone for joining us today online and in the stands. As I'm looking across the stands here, Kevin, I see some former KCC players sitting over there. And I will get those names to you just as soon as I remember them. Ja'Cory Washington sitting over there. Ja'Cory's been at some games this year. Quick player for Kansas Christian here a couple years ago. And then sitting right next to him, another great Kansas Christian player that I know, but his name escapes me. So
one of the better ones.
One of the better ones. Unforgettable, really. Arlington with the ball. Ballard in his hands, looking a little bit of trouble. Now spins around. That is not going to make Kansas Christian coach happy. They had him contained. Ballard spun, and Kansas lost the defensive positioning as Hyacinth now has the ball, looks to drive strong to the basket. Ballard slaps down, doesn't get anything. Shot is missed, and now
that's going to be a foul on Williams.
Williams with the rebound, came over the back a little bit to get it, and he's going to get called for the foul. And we will walk to the other end to shoot free throws.
Yep, that's team foul number 7. That's going to be a 1-and-1 for Arlington.
So I believe both teams are going to be shooting free throws the rest of this half. Is that correct?
That would be a correct statement.
So Ballard now to the line. Ballard, a good free throw shooter, looks very smooth at the line. And on cue, he misses the shot, but rebounded by Stafford and put in for 2. So they'll just take 2 that way rather than from the free throw line.
I think if announcers didn't announce free throws, players would have a lot better stats.
That's probably true. Ball into the hands of Hyacinth. He looks to drive against Ballard, thinks better of it. Now into the hands of O'Quinn. Over to Jordan. Jordan putting the move on, taking a long shot, bounces around, no good. Strong rebound underneath by Williams, and he gets that one to fall. Great play there by Williams. That size helping Kansas Christian out. Still a 9-point ball game as Musa looks to drive, takes it all the way in for 2. Kansas Christian looking to push the pace, but all 5 Arlington's guys back on defense. Now Hyacinth looking to drive against Ballard. Takes it in strong, but he's going to get called for travel.
And the Kansas Christian crowd, they disagree with that on the call. It was on the opposite side of the court, so we couldn't see, but we'll go with the popular opinion.
I think if we take a vote on it, the vote is it wasn't a travel, but we're not voting today. So Ballard now with the 3 from the top of the key, and he drills it. And you can feel this game getting away from Kansas Christian, now down 14. If they don't stop the bleeding soon, they're going to have to burn another timeout. Hyacinth now looking to drive, kicks it out, steal by Green. Green ahead to Jackson. Jackson putting it in, and Kansas Christian calling the timeout as Arlington pulls ahead by 16.
16-point game. The Arlington girls over here representing, having kind of a student section of their own.
Well, they are students
and
from Arlington.
And they are a section.
So that, I think, would be a correct statement. So we've got a 30-second timeout. Arlington with a little bit of a run there spreads this lead out to 16. Kansas Christian has to call the quick timeout. Tammy Stewart, go KCC from Oklahoma. Tammy Stewart is the baseball team cheering KCC on. I believe so, Tammy. I'm not real familiar with who's on the baseball team, but there's about, I'm going to call it 40 to 50 students setting up on stage cheering on their KCC Falcons, trying to get them back into this game. So here we go. Kansas Christian will have the ball on offense, going from our right to left. If you're watching this, then it's going to be from your left to right. Jordan bringing it into the front court, being guarded by Musa. Now over to Hyacinth. Hyacinth being guarded by Ballard. Back to Jordan. Back over to Jackson Hall. Now back to Hyacinth. Hyacinth looking to drive against Ballard. And Ballard is going to get the call on him. He doesn't agree with that one.
It's going to be fouls on 23. That's going to be Trey Ballard. It's going to be his second foul. Team foul number 7.
Al Sankin chiming in here. Hi, Tim, watching from home. Go KCC. Al Sankin is the Overland Christian High on the campus here, Overland Christian High's principal. I also worked with Al a few years ago in admissions when I was here. So, Al, good to hear from you. Good to see that you're watching KCC here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. First free throw by Hyacinth, good. The officials missed the subs. Now Washington coming into the game. Jackson Hall will come out of the game. I believe both of those free throws were good. I was trying to help Jackson get subbed into the game there. We've mentioned this in previous games. Players like to stop right in front of us, and we're not official, so they don't give us a buzzer or anything, so it's hard for us to buzz them into the game.
And as we were talking, Williams from Kansas Christian is going to pick up his second foul.
Big foul there, as Williams is the biggest, I believe the biggest body that Kansas Christian has.
Yep.
Since I left.
Well.
And I didn't play basketball, I was just a big body.
Right. Since they shut down the Golden Corral down the street.
First free throw rims out for Stafford. Kansas Christian bring a couple subs into the game. Williams will come out. Checking into the game is
Smith and Conley.
Smith and Conley. One more will have to come out, and that's going to be O'Quinn. Stafford looking to shoot his second free throw here. Free throw's good. Now Morrow and Murray will come into the game for Arlington, coming in for Ballard and Stafford. And Arlington will go to a full court man-to-man press, trying to push out this lead. Washington in trouble in the corner, gets the ball ahead to Smith. Great job by Washington breaking that press. He was in trouble for a while. Smith looks to drive, basket's no good. Foul before the basket by Morrow.
That's going to be Morrow's second foul. Team 8th.
Ryan Dwyer, KCC start chipping away, watching from Olathe. Smith hits the first free throw. Allie Dew, I'm in Florida, go KCC.
We got Stafford from Arlington subbing back into the game.
Watching from New Mexico, go KCC. Watching from Texas, let's get it back. We're locked in from Texas.
Smith hits his second free throw.
Got a lot of fans watching today, and now we have a travel. And Kevin, you can kind of feel the momentum starting to shift. KCC had lost momentum. Arlington was really pushing this game, spreading out the lead, and now KCC starting to kind of get back into it as Washington handles the ball at the top of the key.
Trying to settle in just a little bit on this possession, looking to get something out of it.
Now Washington bringing the ball down low, kicks it out to Jordan. Jordan for the three, won't quite fall. Strong rebound underneath by Conley.
Conley down low.
Conley puts it in for two. Good play by Conley. We're back to an 11-point lead as Musa walks the ball up the court for Arlington. And this crowd is getting a little louder. Musa looking to drive, now backs out. Washington on him. Musa passing it inside to Stafford, nowhere to go. Washington goes to help.
Musa clutched on that three and then went ahead and decided to shoot it and still made it.
Washington dropped down to help on Stafford. Ball came back out to Musa, which was Washington's man. Musa had an open three and he made the best of it. Now Vince Smith looking to drive to the basket. A little bit of pressure by Morrow. Shot missed. Musa with the rebound, looking to push the ball up the court. Musa all the way in, and great defensive play. Trying to get the number there.
I'm not sure if they called a foul or if they just called it out of bounds. KCC,
great
Arlington
defensive
ball.
play by Jordan. I believe it was KCC knocking that out of bounds. Ball will stay with Arlington. Now Musa, another long three, a little bit too long that time. Great rebound by Green. Went up high, but then Green comes down hard, loses his balance. Going to be a
Arlington
travel.
coach is arguing that he got hit in the head is the reason why he fell to the ground.
Let's go ABU, Arlington Baptist University, on the live stream there. Now Smith has the ball knocked away. Musa looking to run again. Now he loses the handle to Conley. Conley taking it up for a dunk. And you can hear this crowd getting into this game. Still down 12, but KCC is starting to gain momentum.
Yep.
As Jordan looking to put some pressure on Musa. Musa gets it over the half court. Trapped by Jordan and Conley.
They're going to call a foul.
And they're going to get a foul. Oh, they had him right where they wanted him. I think it's going to go against Jordan.
I believe it is, yep.
Fouls against Jordan. They had that trap set. Jordan reached in there, reaching in the cookie jar, if you will, Kevin. Got the foul call. That's the last thing the coach wanted. Boy, when you have that trap set, you get your hands in the air, leave it up to your teammates to get that steal.
That's right. as a player, you got to recognize times when you need to get in there and get the steal or lay off and let your teammates get it. That's going to be
first free throw is good.
Jordan's first foul, though. Team foul number 9.
Musa second free throw up. That one misses. Rebounds by Smith. Quick pass. Hodge cuts that pass off. Goes back over to Arlington. Now in the hands of Ballard. Ballard sizing up Hyacinth. Hyacinth does a good job sticking with him. Over to Hodge, now back to Musa with 15 on the shot clock. Musa stops and pops the 3, and I'll let you figure out what happened.
I'll just say it didn't go in.
We're going to say it was a little bit short, Student section really getting into this game now for Kansas Christian. Jordan with the ball in the front court to Hyacinth. Hyacinth looking to drive, now kicks it out to the side. That's Jordan again. Jordan with the 2-pointer. This is down to an 11-point lead as Ballard takes the ball across half court. Ballard step back 3 in and out.
Man. And we're going to get a foul.
I think we're going to have an over the back foul on Hodge.
That's going to be Hodge's third foul, team foul number 9 for Arlington, and that's a huge loss to have Hodge out of the game due to foul trouble.
So Hodge goes out, Jackson comes back in. Kansas Christian Washington will go to the line. I'm not sure if we're in double bonus yet or not. Washington nails the first free throw. This is back down to a 10-point game. Boy, these last 3 or 4 minutes, Kevin, Kansas Christian has taken back that momentum.
They certainly have.
Now lining it up again, Washington puts up the shot, and the lead has been cut back to 9 with 4:38 to go here in this very exciting first half of championship basketball here at Kansas Christian College.
Arlington seems to have a size advantage, and if I was coach, I'd probably look to go inside a little bit here.
And Green with the ball, pass to Musa. KCC switches, great pass down low. That was to Jackson. Jackson with the score. Arlington falls asleep. Conley with the ball ahead of the crowd, and he puts it down.
And that's his second dunk of the night.
What a play. Boy, Arlington fell asleep just for a moment. Conley took off down court. Now Ballard driving to the basket.
No call.
No call on the attempted charge. 2-on-2 break, kick out to the wing. Shot no good. That would have brought the house
be a foul
down.
on Washington.
But instead, we have a rebound by Jackson. Foul on Washington, and we will walk back to this other end.
And that's going to be team foul number 10 on that, so that's going to be a double bonus.
Boy, that three-pointer there wide open in the corner. KCC was, I'm not sure if it was Conley or it may have been Smith in the corner.
Yeah, I think Conley was bringing the ball up the court to Smith.
Kicked it over to Smith. Smith had a wide open three-pointer. Wasn't able to get it to fall. This place would have erupted if that would have gone down.
One thing we might mention is Arlington is shooting the direction of the student section that's sitting up on the stage, and the student section is being pretty rowdy up there, making it a little bit hard for the Arlington players to concentrate while they're shooting their free throws.
Second free throw good by Jackson as he will come out of the game and Murray back into the game. Student section, they've been out of school most of the week because of this tournament, so they're riding high.
They love basketball week.
They do. So now KCC into the front court. Almost loses a good pass back to Washington. Washington over to Jordan. Jordan looking to drive in. 15-footer rims out. Conley fighting for the rebound.
Ballard
bounces around.
away.
Ballard comes down with the rebound. Kicks it out to Musa. Musa almost loses it. Jordan on Musa. Now Musa gets a push in there. but the foul is going to go
30.
against Jordan. So Musa will go back to the line to shoot two. 10-point game, 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Still in the first half.
The Kansas Christian coaches are calling for a double dribble on that by Musa, but the referee is explaining to them that it was not, and instead it was a foul.
Shot is missed. Good rebound by Conley. I tell you what, Conley's played some valuable minutes these last few minutes inside. He is really fighting hard in there,
he has.
pulling down some rebounds. Vince Smith with the ball down low, blocked from behind.
And partially from
by
in front.
Murray. Now we have bodies on the floor looking for a tie-up, loose ball. Jordan gets it ahead to Hyacinth. Hyacinth drives in. Shot is no good, but the foul will go against Musa. Hyacinth will go to the line to shoot two.
Referee's calling for everybody to calm down.
Why can't everyone just be calm like us, Kevin?
Just calm down. That's going to be Musa's second foul, team foul number 10.
If I sound a little hoarse today, it's because I am. I got a little too loud during last night's ball game, and this is the 13th game that I have called in the last 4 days, and believe it or not, that's a whole lot more talking than what I'm used to.
See, I thought you were just trying to impersonate a pony.
And that'd be a Shetland pony too as well, right?
Yeah.
A little horse.
A little horse, yeah.
Hyacinth misses the first free throw. Now looks back to get some advice from his coach. I think that advice is make the second one. And he doesn't. So missed both free throws. Musa will bring the ball into the front court, up by 11 as we cross the 2.5-minute mark of this game. Ballard with the ball up high, guarded by Vince Smith. There's a big size difference there. Now Ballard loses control of it momentarily, kicks it to the corner. Green for the three, does not make it, a little bit long. Washington looking to push the ball ahead to Conley. Conley kicks it into the corner, back over to Hyacinth. Hyacinth looks to drive, loses the handle, picked up by Musa. Musa bringing it into the front court right here in front of us, almost gets trapped, gets out of it. Ballard now passes up the three, looks to drive in, strong to the basket, no good. Fight for rebound. Stafford pulls down the rebound, and the foul, I believe, is going to go on Conley.
I actually called it on 24, which is Hyacinth, but it looked like Conley was the one that got tangled up in the play, so I think they're going to sort this out real quick. Hyacinth was on the far side, whereas Conley was the one that was directly involved with the ball.
Yeah, Conley and Stafford got tangled up there.
And they are going to change it. It is 21 Conley with the foul. It's going to be his third. That's team foul number 12.
Shout out to Daryl Green from his family in Baltimore. That's Derek Green. Thank you for watching today, Derek. And your family member there, Daryl, is a great ball player. As Kansas Christian subs into the game, Conley out, and I believe that is Frazier that is in. Stafford with the second free throw, rims in.
Made the second, missed the first.
Back to a 12-point lead, still just under 2 minutes to go in this very exciting and eventful first half. Almost a capacity crowd here at Kansas Christian today. Vince Smith handling the ball now, passes it out to Jordan. Jordan setting up the offense with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Back over to Smith. Smith to Hyacinth. Hyacinth is in trouble. Now he finds Frazier underneath. And Frazier is fouled. And will go to the free throw line. Very physical game, Kevin.
It definitely is. Every time the ball goes inside, it seems like there's a lot of contact.
Did you get who that foul was on?
Well, I think it was on 33 Murray.
As Frazier knocks down the first free throw. Boy, this spread has hovered between about 9 and 12 for what seems like the last 10 minutes of this game. And now it is back to 10. Steal there by Jordan. Jordan over to Hyacinth. And Hyacinth
27 on the shot clock.
The shot clock did not get reset, so Kansas Christian will bring the ball in on the sideline. 27 on the shot clock. Kansas Christian is quickly going to bring in Noah Brooks. First time today Noah Brooks has been in the game. He's another big body listed at 6'8". Noah Brooks will go down into the post as Hyacinth inbounds the ball to Washington. Washington guarded by Musa. Fun little matchup there. Now Washington drives all the way to the basket. Stafford may have gotten a piece of that. Shot no good. Musa walks the ball up court with 1 minute to go in the first half. Up by 10. Now Arlington coach yelling for timeout, and he will be granted a timeout. This is going to be a full timeout, so we're going to take a 30-second break, and we will be back with you in just a moment.
Take the next step towards your college degree at Kansas Christian College. We have residential and online degrees just for you. Our faculty have international experience and teach from a Christian values perspective. Classes will be convenient, your degree will be affordable, and you will be prepared to serve others in your career. Enroll today in your undergraduate degree program at kansaschristian.edu. Take that next step toward your life goals and achieve your dream. Enroll today at Kansas Christian College. Classes are forming now.
Okay, I'm coming back on here. Tim Scott back with you here. Kay Simmons, shout out to Trey Ballard, Davian, and the rest of the Patriots from a recent Patriot. Kay Simmons, shout out to Coach Bubba, ABU coach, Arlington Baptist coach.
I got a message from Michael Osborne, says, I'm listening to you and Tim. You guys are good. I didn't even realize it was you two because you guys sounded so good.
That would be easy to mistake, Kevin.
Yeah. You know, sometimes we can surprise people.
And now we're ready for action again as Ballard will inbound the ball on the sideline into Musa. 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Musa kicking it back to Ballard. Ballard, tough shot, a little bit short. Fight for a rebound. Ballard picks it back up. And
foul
we're going to have a foul.
That's going to be on Williams. It's going to be his third foul.
Tough break for Williams there. That ball was on the floor. Ballard picked it up and immediately went to the basket with it.
Yeah.
And KCC was lobbying for the travel, didn't get the call, instead got the foul, and Ballard is as smooth as silk from this free throw line as the first one falls. Second one good as well.
We got Morrow back in the game.
Coming in for Ballard.
We also have Morrison checking into the game, and Brooks for KCC.
Washington bringing the ball up for KCC. Looks like Arlington will go to a straight up man here late in this first half. And unnecessary foul away from the ball by Morrison of Arlington. That will drive a coach crazy. That was 35 foot from the basket. Morrison goes for a little steal instead. Doesn't get the steal, but gets the slap and sends Jordan to the line.
Especially in a situation where your team's already in the bonus, and it sends the player right to the line. That's a frustrating play for a coach.
First free throw good. And second one good. And Morrison will find a seat as Musa and Ballard come back into this game. I believe Morrow went out as well. So Musa handling the point. The shot clock and game clock are almost identical. Arlington can play for last shot here if they choose to do so. Musa guarded closely by Washington. We may have a 5-second call. Nothing called. Musa drives strong to the basket.
What a putback by
Followed by Murray. Now
Murray.
KCC pushing it down, 5 seconds to go. Pass inside and scored by Brooks.
Nice play by Brooks.
Great job by KCC, quickly getting down the court. Brooks puts it in right before the final buzzer, and we will go into halftime with Arlington up by 10. But Kevin, that 10-point lead has been around for about 10 minutes. Arlington early in this game looked like they were pulling away with it. The last 10 minutes of this game has been played pretty much evenly, back and forth. There's still a little bit of discussion on the court. Not sure what they're discussing. We are going to go to a commercial. Then we will cut our mics for a couple minutes as we're looking at stats. We'll come back here with you with about 7-8 minutes to go in the halftime and get you set for the second half. For Kevin Kramer, I'm Tim Scott. Hope you're enjoying the call today here at Kansas Christian College, the Southwest Regional Championship game. We'll be back in.
Prepare yourself to help others in the field of human or social services by completing your bachelor's degree in psychology at Kansas Christian College. This accredited program can be completed fully online, offering you great flexibility. A degree in psychology taught from a Christian values perspective will prepare you to serve others as a counselor, caseworker, rehabilitation specialist, social worker, or even a career in criminal justice, and so much more. For a limited time, get your bachelor's degree for just $20,000. Classes are forming now. Enroll today at Kansas Christian College.
And this is Tim Scott back with you along with Kevin Kramer. A little over 4 minutes to go before we get into this second half of our final game of the week here at Kansas Christian College. Kansas Christian College has been hosting the NCCAA Regional Championships. This is the Southwest region. And a little bit ago we crowned champion from Hot Springs, Arkansas as the winner on the girls' side with a 76-72 victory over Ozark. In this game right now, Arlington is up 50-40 over Kansas Christian. Just running over some quick stats. Actually, before I get to the stats, Kevin, you've been looking through the live stream. I gave you almost 2 minutes to do that.
Almost 2 minutes, and I was just reading everything. Eric Morrison watching his grandson, #1 on Kansas Christian. Shout out to him. Shout out to Richard, which I don't know last name, Gali, assistant coach, go KCC. Watching from Florida, let's go Quan. That's from Nicholas Singleton.
Probably Raekwon Frazier, #2.
There you go. Shout out Coach Bubba, that's Kay Simmons says that.
Coach for Arlington, Bubba Jennings.
There you go. Kay Simmons also says, sheesh, this game is intense, which I would agree with that. It has been pretty intense.
Yep. Kevin, you and I have gone camping before, and that was intense as well.
That was. We also have camped in hammocks, but I prefer intense.
So, with that poor joke, we are getting you ready for the second half here, looking over some statistics from the first half. Scoring for Kansas Christian Washington with 7, Frazier 4, Wilson 2, Smith 7, Conley 8, Williams 2, Hyacinth 2, Jordan 4, Brooks 2, says O'Gwen, but I believe that's supposed to be O'Quinn 2 as well. For Arlington, Musa with 9, Hodge with 5, Ballard with 12, Murray with 2, Green with 5, Stafford having a good game in the post with 12, Jackson with 5. Shooting percentages, Arlington 38.7% from the field, 14.3% from behind the three-point line, just 1 for 7. 88.2% from the free throw line, 15 for 17. Good job there by Arlington. Kansas Christian, I'm sorry, that was Kansas Christian stats. Arlington stats, field goal percentage 51.4, three-point percentage 40%, and 62.5%, 10 for 16 from the free throw line. Kevin, what else you see in the stats there as we got a minute to go?
Well, if we look at some of the enhanced scoring things, the points in the paint, Kansas Christian has 16 to Arlington Baptist. They have 26. Also bench points, Kansas Christian with 12 to Arlington Baptist with 22. So those are both 10-point spreads, and if you look at our score currently, it is a 10-point spread. So I think that's kind of where the difference has been, is some of those things, points in the paint and points from the bench players.
And also points off turnover, Arlington with 14 to Kansas Christian 6, so an 8-point difference there. Kansas Christian largest lead of the game was by 2. That was early on, just 2.5 minutes into the game. Arlington largest lead was 16. That was with 8 minutes to go in the half. That lead has been brought back down to 10. And Kevin, with that, we're about ready for some more basketball.
I think we are.
Again, the winner of this will win the Southwest region. They will go on to Joplin, Ozark Christian here in a week and a half to play in the Nationals tournament. There will be some at-large bids for that as well, so especially Arlington being the #1 seed, they may get an at-large bid even if they were to lose this game. So we are back to action here. Musa brings the ball in, passes it around now into the hands of Morrow. Morrow back to Musa. Musa looking to drive, nothing there. Kicks it out to Ballard. Ballard back to Morrow. Musa looking to drive, and great defensive play
jump ball on that.
By Wilson of Kansas Christian. Jump ball called. Kansas Christian with the arrow. So it goes back to there. Dr. Gail Woods, former president here at Kansas Christian College, giving the Falcons a shout out, watching from Cayman Brac in the Cayman Islands. Good to have you with us today, Dr. Woods. He was president when I was here in college many years ago. Now drive to the basket. Morrow does a great job of setting up for the charge and will get the charge call. That call will go against
It's going to go against
Wilson.
5 Wilson. That's going to be his third. It's going to be team foul number 1 of the half.
Great defensive play there by Wilson.
Yep, staying outside that restrictive line, taking the charge.
Musa handling the ball, guarded by Wilson up top. Musa now looking to Ballard. Ballard was held a little bit there, had the jersey, nothing called, and now he is called for the travel as he tries a step back move and isn't able to convert. Travel called.
We call that a steps back move.
A steps back, multiple steps. And Washington now looking to drive all the way to the basket. Good play, Washington shot no good. Rebounded by Conley, and he puts it in.
Conley's had a big game. He had 8 points, 8 rebounds in that first half. With those 2 points, that puts him in double figures already for points, as well as an offensive rebound, which almost gives him a double-double.
Hodge now with the ball, a little bit of trouble in the corner, looking for somewhere to pass. Morrow there to bail him out. Now Morrow double teamed, back out to Hodge. Shot clock down to 6. Into the hands of Murray. Murray looking to drive inside. Shot called and foul, or not a foul, travel called.
Yep, travel called. It's going to go back to KCC.
Shout out to ABU's assistant coach, Adrian Hydock, from his family back in Texas, wishing you could have been at the tournament. Sorry you weren't able to make it. It's been a great tournament. Now Washington with the ball in the front court. Long pass to Vince Smith, no good. Vince kicks it over to Frazier. Frazier misses the shot. Rebound comes to Ballard, and now Ballard is
I believe he's going to be fouled by Conley. 21, yep, it's going to be on Conley. That's going to be his 4th foul. So Conley's been fighting hard, but comes away with his 4th foul. And that could come back and be a big play for Kansas Christian.
Musa bringing the ball up court. Again, guarded by Washington. Now swings it to the corner. That's Stafford taken away by Smith. Smith to Washington. Washington goes strong against Musa. Shot does not fall, but the foul is called. I believe that will be on Musa. And Washington will go to the line to shoot 2. And Kevin, this is an 8-point game. Washington can cut that lead to 6.
Yep. And also, that is Musa's 3rd foul. Not having him in the game would be a game changer.
That very much would be. Musa is a great ball handler and a great defensive player, and he is going to come out of the game for a little bit. Actually, I stand corrected. The whole team is coming out.
The whole team's coming out. That is a timeout.
timeout.
They're going to spend some time out.
White coach, full timeout, and we will take that time with them.
Take the next step towards your college degree at Kansas Christian College. We have residential and online degrees just for you. Our faculty have international experience and teach from a Christian values perspective. Classes will be convenient, your degree will be affordable, and you will be prepared to serve others in your career. Enroll today in your undergraduate degree program at kansaschristian.edu. Take that next step toward your life goals and achieve your dream. Enroll today at Kansas Christian College. Classes are forming now.
Okay, we're coming back on. All right, Tim Scott back here with Kevin Kramer. Looking at the live stream real quick as time is running down for this timeout. Eric Morrison says, this is a great game. My grandson is #1 on Kansas Christian College. That's Javarius Washington. Morrison also said, it's so good to see live sports. So Washington going to the line now.
And Tim, I'll tell you, I've been to a lot of basketball games where it has felt very dead. So it's nice to have some live sports here.
I've coached some of those games, Kevin, as the lead is cut to 6. Smallest lead that Arlington has had since early in this game. So Musa now handling the point up top, guarded again, man-to-man by Washington. Picked up by Stafford, knocks Washington off momentarily. Ball into the hands of Hodge. Hodge almost travels with it to Musa. Musa over to Green, back to Musa, back into Stafford. Stafford looking to drive and loses the handle on it, out to Green. Green, long three, no good. Rebounded by Kansas Christian. Smith ahead to Frazier down low for the 2. And Kevin, we have a 4-point ball game with 17 points to go in this game.
Arlington on that last possession did a lot of ball movement, but never really penetrated the lane much, and ended up having to take a desperation 3, which led to an easy run-out bucket by KCC.
Ballard taking the shot for his team, no good. Rebounded Kansas Christian, looking to push the ball again into the hands of Wilson. Wilson kicking it back outside to Panetta. We hadn't mentioned Panetta. He came into the game, I believe, after that timeout. Now Washington, no call. The shot by Frazier is good, and this is a 2-point ball game as Kansas Christian has come back from 16, has cut this to 2 with 16 minutes to go in this game.
And you can
now Musa has a little bit of a lane, drives in, takes the shot, rims out. Rebounded by Panetta, and Kansas Christian will have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession.
You can probably hear from the microphones, but it has gotten much louder in this stadium since we have come out of halftime.
It really has. Wilson looking to drive, loses the handle on it, kicks it back around. Panetta for the 3,
That's
and
a
it
lead.
is good. And it is good, and Kansas Christian has the lead.
At one point in time, they were down 16 points.
Time out on the court by Arlington. Kansas Christian has come back from 16 down to take a 1-point lead with 15 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this game. And Kevin, for the first time in 33 years, my voice cracked when I tried to say 3. It was more of a 3. As I am fighting to try to keep my voice for one more half of basketball after this long but fun week of basketball. Great play by Kansas Christian coming out on an early run, 11-0 run to start this second half. For a while, it looked like Arlington may have this game wrapped up, but Kansas Christian has continued to fight and fight and fight and work their way back into this game.
Yeah, it's been impressive to see how they've overcome some of this adversity and just kept battling this entire game in order to fight their way back and finally take a 1-point lead.
Tamara Hydock says, Adrian Hydock's family wishing we could be there. Tamara Hydock also says, shout out to you announcers. You are honestly doing an amazing job. Keep it up. Thank you, Tamara. And we will send you the check in the mail for saying that.
Yeah, we appreciate you saying that.
Should be there in a few days. All right, Arlington Baptist now bringing the ball up court. Musa will handle the point. Again, guarded by Washington. Little over 15 minutes to go, and it is getting loud in here. Great pass underneath, blocked. I believe that was by Frazier. Washington bringing the ball up. His team now up by 1. Washington dribbling, good defense on the baseline, nothing there.
And that's going to be a travel on the baseline by Washington. Switched his pivot feet.
That was great help defense by Arlington as they cut off that baseline. There was nowhere for Washington to go.
Yep.
And he vacated the spot over on this wing, and no one filled that spot, so he didn't have anywhere to pass it. So Green with the ball up top for Arlington, working around to Musa. Musa now driving strong to the basket, reverse layup, blocked. Musa regains it, kicks it out to Ballard.
That's a big shot.
Long shot, three-pointer by Ballard is good, and Arlington takes a 2-point lead as Washington brings the ball into the front court. Over into the corner to Pavida. Trap in the corner, turnover by Kansas Christian. Musa looking to run. He's going to take it all the way himself. Now passes to Green. Green puts in the shot. Arlington up by 4. Now Washington looking to drive. He loses the handle on Ballard. Ballard ahead to Green. Green all by himself, and he misses the dunk. Misses the dunk, and you can hear this crowd. This may be the loudest they've been all game. As Green misses the dunk, Vince Young bringing it back over the half court.
If it makes him feel any better, I never had any successful dunks in a game either.
Yeah, I never missed a dunk in my day. Never had an opportunity. Vince Smith with the 2, and we are back to a 2-point ball game as Musa brings the ball over the half court. Kevin, what a fun game, what a fun atmosphere here today at Kansas Christian.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the energy today. That foul is going to be on number 5. That's Wilson, and that's going to be his 4th foul. Team foul number 3.
Wilson pleading with the bench to leave him in the game, and coach is going to trust him and leave him in at least for the moment. Wilson was guarding Ballard. There's a big size discrepancy there. See if Ballard ends up down in the post here pretty quick. Strong drive to the basket, and Green says, hey, I'll just make 2 points with defense on me, and that's exactly what he does. Let us know on the live stream if we are a little bit ahead or behind the video. We can adjust that if we know about it. And now we have a turnover by Kansas Christian. Had a lot of contact, nothing called. Vince Smith goes to the ground, ball goes out of bounds, turns back over to Arlington with 12 minutes and 58 seconds to go. 4-point lead for Arlington. And now Wilson will begrudgingly come out of the game as Jordan checks back in. Musa gives the ball to Ballard here, tells his teammates to clear out. See if Ballard takes it against Washington all the way to the basket. He stops instead, and pops and is short.
And then we're going to get a foul.
Foul on Stafford. Musa was telling his teammates there, clear out. We had Wilson for Washington for Kansas Christian that is listed at 6'0". That may be generous. Ballard listed at 6'3". And Musa was trying to get Ballard isolated on Wilson and have him take it all the way in, but instead Ballard stopped and popped. Great backdoor reverse. That was Jordan to Smith. Smith converts, and we are back to a 2-point ball game. Musa bringing the ball into the front court. Near turnover, but instead Jordan is going to be called for the foul. Musa kind of went down, lost the handle for a second. Jordan went for it, but kind of came over Musa as he was going for the ball.
Yeah, Musa's a good ball handler, and for Jordan to be trying to take it from him like that, occasionally that ends in a foul.
Musa passing the ball around to Stafford. Stafford driving strong to the basket, no good. Near rebound by Washington. Instead, Ballard rebounds it, passes it ahead to Green. Green gets it to go in. Smith quickly up the court for Kansas Christian. Stops and pops from 18 and drills it. Good shot there from Smith. Shot with confidence. And Musa quickly into the front court for Arlington. Ballard with the ball up top. Guarded closely by Washington. And we've got an offensive foul on Ballard.
Ballard got called for that offensive.
Ballard cannot believe it.
That's going to be Ballard's 3rd foul, team foul number 3.
Again, Washington listed at 6 foot. I would say that was the day that he wore his I don't want to say high heels, but
his
platform shoes. Great defense by Washington as Jordan loses the ball momentarily, gets it back. Ball going down into the post. Now kick back out. Touched by Arlington. Out of bounds. It will stay with Kansas Christian with 11 minutes and 24 seconds to go. 2-point ball game here at Kansas Christian College. Into Washington. Washington with the 2, and he hits it. And Kevin, we are tied again.
Man, almost halfway through this second period. And this has been an exciting game so far.
Ball into the hands of Green, now into Musa. Musa looks to drive, misses the shot, nothing called. Rebounded by Pineda. I think I said that wrong, Pineda. And now Kansas Christian with the turnover on the other end. And Coach Cuellar cannot believe it.
He saw a golden opportunity for a backdoor lob, and players just didn't.
The lob was there. Unfortunately, it wasn't Shaq that was there to take it, because that lob was thrown about 2 foot high.
It was.
Ballard now with the ball up top, and that was close. That was close to another offensive foul. Instead, it will go against Washington on defense. And again, looking at Ballard and Washington, they're listed in the program as 3 inches different, but Ballard has at least 6 inches and 50 pounds on Washington. And that 50 pounds is probably 50 pounds of muscle.
Washington is fighting hard against them, though.
Stafford, good move inside. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but he does get fouled.
That's going to be a foul on number 20, which Pineda.
I'm being told the audio is a little bit ahead. That tends to happen later in the game. I will adjust that a half a second and see if that helps out as Stafford. We want you all to have the most pleasant listening experience possible, having to listen to Kevin and I. And ball is bounced around. I think it went off of Arlington, and
both teams are pointing towards their baskets.
The officials are now getting together to confer, and they do eventually give the ball back to Kansas Christian, as Arlington has a 1-point lead, little over 10.5 minutes to go in this game. Jordan, number 30, his brother, I believe it is giving him a shout out as he almost throws the ball away, but instead it's picked up by Frazier. Frazier puts it in, and Kansas Christian now ahead by 1.
I'm sure he meant that pass exactly like it went there.
Now Ballard looks to drive hard to the basket. Shot no good. Strong rebound by Frazier. Frazier out to Washington. Washington looking to drive. Will take it all the way in and scores.
The hang and bang.
The defense was back, but no one stepped up on Washington. Now Ballard passes up the 3 over to Hodge. 3 is short. Hodge gets his own rebound, drives in, no good. Rebounded again by Kansas Christian. Vince Young looking to run down the court, and he is fouled by Hodge. Again, Hodge looking in disbelief as his hands are in the air, but he didn't foul with his hand, he fouled with his foot. And it's hard for him to keep his feet in the air to plead his case.
That's going to be Hodge's 4th foul, team foul number 4. And he's going to take a seat on the bench with Murray coming back in the game for him.
So Hodge out of the game, Murray in. Kansas Christian now with a 3-point lead, 9.5 minutes to go as Washington has the ball at the top of the key. To the left wing to Smith. Now Smith stops and pops a 3, a little bit long. Washington tries to save it, but steps on the baseline. It's easy for me to say since Smith missed that shot, but that shot came a little quick and a little ill-advised. I think they could have gotten a better shot than that.
Yeah, especially coming up the court like that, it seems like they could have run something a little bit more strategic.
Of course, when I was in high school basketball, I had to get special permission from my coach to shoot a 3, and that is correct.
Yeah,
that
I had to get a written permission slip from my parents in order to shoot the ball.
Had to get it notarized as Stafford puts in 2, and this game is back to 1 point with 9 minutes to go. Again, great fun game, great atmosphere here at Kansas Christian. Near capacity crowd. We got room for about another 40 or 50 in the bleachers. Then we'd definitely let you stand around on the sidelines. Drive to the basket, big man block.
We also have 3
by
seats
Murray.
here on the bench next to us that are
We
unfilled
do.
right now.
We do. I think if it wasn't for the excessive BO, those seats would be filled up, Kevin. So ball stays with Kansas Christian.
Jackson just subbed into the game for for Stafford, excuse me.
Ball comes into Frazier. Frazier kicks it over to Washington, and Washington tries to push the ball down to Smith, but throws it away. The ball will go back over to Arlington, down by 1. Musa bringing the ball up court. Now Musa looks to drive all the way in. Great defensive play there by Pineda. Ahead to Vince Smith, and Smith
good
loses
hands.
the handle as Green knocks it away. Green and Ballard were back. Green got a hand on that. Ballard brings the ball into the front court, going up against Washington, gets away with the push-off. Long shot there, no good. Rebounded by Kansas Christian. Washington is doing a great job guarding Ballard on the perimeter. I keep waiting for them to isolate Ballard down low in the post against Washington, because I don't think Washington will be able to keep up with Ballard in the post.
Well, and if
Great ball movement by Kansas Christian. Here's the shot by Jordan, got a chance to step into it. Shot comes up a little short, rebounded by Jackson. We're going the other way. Go ahead, Kevin.
Well, they might switch and have Frazier switch off and take Ballard if he does go down low, but as long as he's out here on the perimeter, Frazier stays on his man and Washington will stay on his.
Ballard now driving to the basket. Good drive all the way in. Puts it in with the left hand. And Arlington again takes the 1-point lead. Laney Stranton watching from South Carolina. Go Falcons. Glad to have you with us today. Jordan back to Washington on baseline. Washington back to Jordan, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Shot from the opposite side. Air ball, Vince Smith. You can hear the Arlington girls
yeah,
doing their own air ball chant. And we're going to have a timeout on the court.
Arlington's going to take a 30-second
from-
timeout. They have 1 full timeout remaining. KCC, they have 3 full timeouts and 1 30 seconds as well.
All right, so 64-63 game. Arlington up by 1 with 6 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Delbert Scott listening while driving curvy roads in Arkansas, Missouri border. Go Falcons. So that is the second former KCC president checking in with us today. So
Listening and texting, it sounds like.
yeah, hopefully not watching
Right.
as he's driving. He may be with someone else on that drive. We hope so. So both Dr. Gail Woods and Dr. Delbert Scott have checked in with us. So Dr. Noel Scott, if you're out there, former president as well, you can check in with us.
Some foul trouble to look at. Kansas Christian has Wilson with 4 fouls, Conley with 4 fouls. Arlington has Hodge with 4 fouls.
All right, Musa again running the point. Down low to Stafford. Great defensive positioning. Stafford spins back to the right and puts that in. Good play there by Stafford. His team now up by 3. Terry Pollard, former principal here at Overland Christian Grade School, texting in saying listening from Iowa. So good to have you with us as well, Terry Pollard. Now we've got a 3-pointer from Pineda, and he drills it. And Kevin, we are tied again as the clock ticks down and now goes down to 6 minutes to go in this championship game.
Just as one team makes a strike and you think they might go on a run, the next team comes down and does the same thing.
Musa with the ball. Swings it over to Murray. Murray looking for someone. Now Morrow takes the ball. Looking down low to Stafford. Stafford had a good play on the last one. Stafford, misses the shot on this one. Rebounded by Vince Young. Young looking to run ahead to Pineda. Good drive, cut off, back around to Pineda. Pineda for another 3. This one's going to be off. Pineda follows. Rebound by Frazier. Vince Smith passes up the 3. Washington passes up the 3. Now Washington drives in. Great pass underneath. Missed shot underneath
Frazier had a
Frazier. He had a
pretty good look at it
easy
underneath
shot
the
down
bucket.
low as Washington and Musa get tied up, and we're going to go to jump ball. Stephanie Battle says, "Come on, Patriots." I believe we haven't called that Battle name much today. I thought we had a battle on here, but maybe that's on the girls' side.
And we have Williams coming in the game for KCC. He hasn't been in, I don't think, this second half yet.
As we near 5 minutes, let us know if our audio is ahead of the video. We don't want to tell you what happens before it happens. Stafford now with the ball, driving strong to the basket, and that one is going to be kissed in, bounces around the rim, and goes in with 5 minutes to go in this game.
We have been known to predict some plays, but we're not that good.
Generally, we're not correct, though. Panita, big three a little bit ago, now passes the ball to Washington. Washington looking for something to open up, takes it strong against Stafford, no good. Rebounded underneath by Williams, and he puts it in, and Stafford is on the floor. He is hurting, slow to get up. I think we have a timeout.
Yeah.
The trainer is with Stafford. I'm not sure the rest of his team has seen him.
Yeah, just left him on the baseline.
The trainer for KCC, which is the trainer on duty today, quickly out to check on Stafford. Now Stafford will hobble back to his bench. And Kevin, I didn't get who that timeout was called by.
That was on KCC, yep.
So KCC with the timeout. Stephanie Battles, Lakeisha Clark's mom from Clarksville, Texas, joining us. Glad to have you here. Lori Dreyer, Let's Go Falcons. Laney Stranton, you all are honestly the best commentators. All right, well, I guess we should have heard the other guys. They must have been pretty bad, but we appreciate that. And I can tell you that, Laney, we're just simply having fun. We're over here getting to watch a great basketball game. We got in free, Kevin.
Yes, we did. They've given us some hospitality.
Yeah.
And we're just enjoying watching some basketball.
Yeah, we got front row seats.
We did.
So, man, life doesn't get much better than this, and we are happy that you all are enjoying listening to us, because we enjoy talking, but sometimes people don't enjoy listening.
That's
so
right.
this is an honor for us.
It definitely is. And when it comes to commentators, Kansas City fans will know that we've kind of had a rough go at it with Joe Buck during some of these times. So
that's an old Royals World Series reference for those of you that may not have caught that. Joe Buck was not one of the favorites for the Royals fans during the during the 2014 World Series especially. We liked him a little more in 2015 when we won.
yeah.
So Stafford still in the game. Stafford, gets the ball into Hodge. Hodge kicks it over to the corner. I'm looking for the number. I can't see that corner.
It's going to be 4.
Green with the shot. Shot is missed, but he is fouled by Williams, and Green will go to the line to shoot 3. He was fouled on the three-pointer. Kay Simmons, shout out to the Arlington girls cheering for Du Bois Player of the Week. Jakayla Bradford and Haven Scott. Jakayla Bradford and I'm sorry, Heaven Scott. I said Haven many a times when I was announcing that game, and it is Heaven Scott. So shout out to those girls cheering on their guys. As Green, I believe, made the first free throw, Kevin, and now missed the second. Am I right about that?
You are correct on that.
So Williams will now come out of the game. Frazier comes back in, 4 minutes and 27 seconds to go. 1 point ball game. Patriots are going to bring some fresh legs into this game. Morrow comes back in. Jackson and Murray will come back in for Stafford, Ballard, and I didn't see who the third player was that went out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So we've got Green, Musa, Morrow, Murray, and Jackson in the game for Arlington. Kansas Christian down by 2 with the ball into the hands of Washington. Looking to his coach to get the play. 18 seconds on the shot clock here. We're going to have an offensive foul underneath as Raekwon Frazier was pushing his man out. Washington didn't see Frazier underneath. Frazier had his man sealed.
Yeah.
If Washington could have made a good pass there right away, Frazier could have had an open lane to the basket, but instead he gets a personal foul as the ball comes in to Hodge. Hodge brings it back up to Musa. Musa back to Stafford. Stafford looking to drive strong to the basket, no good. Hodge fighting for the rebound, he gets it. Ballard with the three.
He got it.
And like that, Arlington goes back up by 5 with just under 4 to go. Kansas Christian quickly into the front court. Both teams playing a man-to-man defense. And now Kansas Christian near turnover, saved by Washington. 15 on the shot clock. Washington looking to drive, puts up the shot, no good. Strong rebound by Hodge over to Musa. Musa guarded by Washington. Now Musa past Washington, gets the ball over half court. Double teamed, and Washington is going to get called for the foul. I think Washington could have gotten that steal without jumping in like he did. He got a little excited as Washington and Jordan double teamed Musa up top. Musa spun away from Jordan right into Washington. The ball was there for the taking, but unfortunately Washington tried to take an arm with the ball, and those arms stay with the players.
Yep. They certainly do. That was team foul number 9. So Arlington was shooting some bonus, missed that.
Back into the game is Williams, number 4 for Kansas Christian. I think that's a good move, getting some size back in there late in this game. So Kansas Christian down by 3. Washington brings the ball into the front court, needing some offense.
I think we're down by 5.
Well, after this play is 3 is what I meant.
That's right. Hopefully down 2, right?
And Washington almost proved me wrong, almost made it 2, but missed the shot and proved me wrong anyway. Ball goes back over to Arlington, up by 5, Kevin.
Currently down 5.
We have discussed before how numbers aren't our strong point.
They're not.
Musa into the front court, guarded closely by Jordan, and there was a carry that I'm gonna speak plainly on this one. The officials missed that call.
He paused with the ball under his hand and then put it back down.
I think the high official may have looked away momentarily. Yeah. And Musa had that ball. He had his hand under the ball and was holding it. And
he
then
held
put
it for about a half a second before he put that ball back down on the floor.
So Ballard now putting up a tough shot. It's going to be a 2-pointer.
That was a long 2.
Wow, that was good defense. Ballard just rose above and shot over him. Now Washington driving hard to the basket. Ball out of bounds on the Patriots. It will stay with KCC. Down by 7 with 2.5 minutes to go.
KCC looking to inbound, throws it up top to Conley.
Conley back into the game. We haven't called his name for a while. He had some big minutes earlier. Now Vince Smith with the ball, step back, pass it back out to Jordan. Jordan dribbling around, looking back to Smith. Now Smith throwing it down to Washington. Washington goes strong to the basket, and it goes in. Boy, Washington took that straight up against Stafford.
Yep.
Stafford has a major size advantage on him, but Washington was able to convert. Musa now bringing the ball into the front court. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Kicks it out to Green. Ballard starts to set the pick. Instead, just gets the ball. Ballard looks to drive hard to the basket. Shot not there. Great rebound by Hodge. Kicks it back out to Musa. Shot clock is reset to 20, and now the officials will discuss it. I'm not sure that hit the rim.
Yeah.
The officials are going to discuss it with each other, and they're going to say it did not hit the rim. So the shot clock will go back down to 6. Unless the official says differently, the person running the shot clock has to make that decision quickly. And the official looked up and said, no, I don't think that hit the rim. So 6 seconds. Hodge with the ball now over to Green. Green loses it momentarily, in trouble. 2 seconds, loses the ball. Vince Smith on the run all the way to the basket. Foul! And the basket is good. Fouled by Green. And my voice just cracked again.
This is exciting.
Folks, believe it or not, I don't generally use my voice nearly this much. I generally work construction with 2 other guys, and we don't talk much. We got a timeout on the court, 3-point ball game. Smith will be going to the line to shoot 1 when we return. I believe we have a 30-second timeout called by the coach of Kansas Christian. So, Kevin, minute and a half to go, minute and 36 seconds. Kansas Christian down by 3. They will be going to the line to shoot 1. We have just a couple things to read real quick here. Jeff Butler shouting out to both teams, what a game. We agree, Jeff Butler. We better get this one in. Judy McIntosh.
Hey, Judy.
Love watching KCC go Falcons. Judy is our aunt.
She certainly is.
Kay Simmons says, you all going to be in Missouri next. I am, Kay. Actually, here in about 2 hours, I plan on being in Missouri because I live in Missouri. I assume you may be talking about Nationals down in Joplin. KCC asked me to come up here and do this, and I am and have loved it. As Vince Smith hits the free throw.
We're not affiliated with any professional announcing group.
So I don't plan to be in Joplin, but Chris Lamb, if you're listening, I could probably free up my schedule. So here we go. Hodge, I'm sorry, Ballard driving to the basket. Shot is not good, but Ballard is fouled.
That's going to be on 21. That's going to be on Conley, his 5th foul.
So.
And that's going to be team foul number 10 as well. So they'll be shooting double bonus the rest of the game.
And that is 5 fouls on Conley, so Conley will exit the game. Good game to Conley, good game for Conley when he was in. He was a difference maker, but just wasn't able to stay in that much with foul trouble.
Yep.
And Williams comes back in, I believe. Does Williams have 4 fouls?
Williams has 4 fouls as well, yes. So Biggs are having a little bit of foul issues here for KCC.
And this has been a physical game down low. So Panetta for KCC listed at 6'1". He's gotten some valuable minutes in this game as Ballard steps to the line and drills the free throw. And I can tell you, Kevin, from watching 3 games this week, I don't think Ballard's the one that you want on the free throw line.
No, yeah, he's a smooth free throw shooter, and he's been there a lot tonight.
Ballard drills the second one. The lead back up to 4 with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go as Washington brings the ball up the court. Guarded by Musa. Close to half court now. Washington looking to drive. Stops. Takes the shot. Misses, but rebounds. Goes strong to the basket. Misses again. Ball kicked out. Swung around to Young to Vince Smith with the miss. Rebounded by Washington. Again, Washington kicked it to the far corner. There's Panetta. Misses again. And we have a tie-up with Stafford and Young.
Well, KCC boys, they're fighting for those rebounds. I think they got 3 offensive on that and a tie-up.
So the ball will stay with Kansas Christian. 20 seconds to go.
I call
on
them
the
boys.
Shot clock.
They are men.
They're young, but they're men. Great move, no good underneath. Strong rebound underneath by Williams and he puts it in. We have a 2-point ball game with 45 seconds to go as Musa brings this up the court, and it is getting loud in here, Kevin.
It certainly is. 38 seconds left in this game, and it is a 2-point ball game. Arlington with the ball.
And now the official thought that Arlington coach wanted a timeout. Arlington coach says, no, I wasn't calling for a timeout. I was telling my team what to do.
He
the
was
official
saying,
says,
don't let the time run out.
Exactly. For the next 30 seconds.
Wide out.
So Arlington brings the ball back in. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 30 seconds on the game clock. Now Musa loses it. He's on the floor.
It's going to be KCC
Turnover,
ball.
and then we'll go back to KCC with 27 seconds on the clock. Down by 2. Huge turnover there.
Coach is talking with his other coaches right now.
Washington bringing it across the half-court line.
Going to take a timeout.
And he's going to call a timeout. So, folks.
Advancing that ball across half court so that they can set up a half-court play.
24.6 seconds to go in this ball game. Arlington up by 2. Kansas Christian with the ball. Shot clock has been turned off. I would assume that Kansas Christian will try to hold this for the final shot. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I would guess. Again, the winner of this goes on to nationals in Joplin here in a week and a half. Arlington being the #1 seed, there is a good chance that they will get an at-large bid if they were to lose this game. Kansas Christian, on the other hand, would be borderline to get an at-large bid if they were to lose. So we have a possibility that both of these teams could end up at nationals, but Kansas Christian needs this win for nationals more than Arlington does. So Arlington doesn't want to have to depend on someone else. They want to win this game and get that automatic bid to nationals. So Kay Simmons asking us who we think the player of the game for each team is. We'll try to discuss that a little bit after this game. So here we go. Washington bringing the ball in. He will pass it back to Jordan for Kansas Christian with 20 on the shot clock. Jordan guarded by Green. Looks around trying to get something set up now into Washington. Washington guarded by Musa. Washington looking for room. Nothing there. Turnover to Musa. Quick foul, nothing called, and now Jordan fouls Musa. And let me be clear about that. Quick foul by Kansas Christian was not called. And then the second foul by Kansas Christian was called. Musa got his arm grabbed as he was trying to get out of the traffic there. Second foul was called, so Musa will now go to the line to shoot two.
Foul was on Jordan. That's going to be his fourth foul.
Musa stepping to the line for two, up by one. You can hear this crowd. And he misses the first free throw. I don't know if Kansas Christian has a timeout left. I believe they do.
They do have one full timeout, and so does Arlington.
Both teams have one timeout left. Arlington coach talking to the official as Musa makes the shot, and Arlington coach will call their full timeout. So Arlington up by 3, 8.6 seconds to go. Kansas Christian will be inbounding the ball on the baseline, having to go the full length of the court. I do not know this for sure, folks. Sorry, I've spent more time in high school than college. As far as basketball goes,
yeah.
I did spend 5 years in college.
See, I spent more than that in college, but
I don't know if Kansas Christian can advance this ball since Arlington called the timeout.
That's what I don't know. I think that you can elect to advance the ball, but since you weren't the one that took the timeout, I don't think that you can elect to do that.
So Arlington calling timeout here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them with a little token pressure in the backcourt to try to run some time off the clock.
Yeah.
Obviously, the one thing Arlington doesn't want to do is foul on a three-pointer. That's the only way that Kansas Christian is going to win this in regulation if Arlington makes that foul at a bad time.
One thing they might even look at doing is fouling before they can get a shot up.
And that is another strategy as well. So we will see what happens. If Arlington decides to foul before the shot, they will probably let Kansas Christian get this ball up the court a ways before that foul so that they can waste some time.
Arlington has 5 team fouls, so they will not be shooting if they do elect to foul.
So now Washington will try to get the ball. He gets it in, guarded by Musa, pushing it ahead. And Kansas Christian is going to call a timeout here at half court with 5.6 seconds to go. Now, in the game earlier in the weekend, Kevin, you weren't up here yet, but that same strategy was used by Dallas, and we know Dallas coach has been listening to us. He opted to do the same thing, get that ball to half court, then call a timeout. So now Kansas Christian has, Manhattan opted to do that. It went against Dallas, and Manhattan drilled the three-pointer to send the game into overtime. Sorry, Dallas coach, to bring up some bad memories, but it ended well for you. So all's fair in love and war. So Kansas Christian calls the timeout. Now they have 5.6 seconds to set up a play in the half court, obviously needing the three. They could opt to try for a quick two, but time is really running down, so probably going to go for the three-pointer for the tie.
Yeah, and Pineda has been a hot hand. I don't even know if he's subbed into the game right now. I believe he is. So might look for Pineda to get that ball for a last-second three-point attempt. He's hit 2 pretty recently.
So O'Brien Pierce says give Vince Smith the ball. Smith is definitely a good shooter.
Yeah, we have Jackson Hall that subbed into the game as well.
Hall is also a good shooter. So we'll see if Hall gets the shot or Smith, or maybe this ball will come back to Washington. Here we go, folks. 5 seconds to go. Kansas Christian having a little trouble inbounding it. Now gets it inbounds. Long shot.
And
Shot goes out of bounds, and that was not what they wanted. I think
he might not have realized that they had 5 seconds
Noah
left
Brooks
on the
was
clock.
in the game, and he panicked a little bit there. Still 2 seconds left. Brooks will come down, put some defense on the ball. Ball comes in to Ballard. Ballard fouled with 0.4 of a second to go. Ballard needs one free throw to officially seal this game for Arlington.
And it looks like Arlington is going to take this one. When the ball was inbounded, I think that they used the tall man as a safety valve, but with 5.6 seconds left, I think they were looking to set up another three-point shooter for that shot.
Yeah, there was a little bit of trouble getting the ball inbounds there, and a little bit of panic. Once they got it inbounds, they still had that 5 seconds. Now Ballard puts up the shot, no good. He will have one more shot, still only 0.4 of a second to go. All Kansas Christian can do is rebound this and chuck it the length of the court. But Ballard hits the shot, and with that, he will seal the game. Washington with the long shot, no good, doesn't matter anyway.
All right.
As Arlington pulls out the nail-biter with a 79-75 victory. Exciting game, great game for both teams. Arlington women now come onto the court with their men and celebrate with them. Arlington women for several years, and forgive me, Arlington fans, I don't know exactly what those years were, but the women won the national championship for at least 5 years in a row, I believe, up until maybe a couple, 3 years ago. So they're very familiar with this winning feeling. Great game by Kansas Christian, coming up just a little bit short, and they will have to wait and see what happens and hope that maybe, just maybe, with their good performance today, they can get that at-large bid and go down to nationals. Now Arlington will be presented the banner. We're going to cut our mic and let you listen to the So if you weren't here with us at the end of the ladies' game, we saw this then, but Arlington, as the regional champions, are going to cut down the net. So Hodge first to the net. And he's trying to figure out exactly how to get those scissors to work. There, he's got it figured out. Hodge gets his little piece of the net as a memento. He will come down, and the next Arlington player will go up. We're taking a look at the stats. We'll go over those with you here in just a second. We will also try to get Arlington coach Bubba Jennings back here one more time for another interview as his team holds on for the 79-75 victory over Kansas Christian in a very entertaining and hard-fought game. As we see Stafford climbing up, he only had to go about 2 steps up that ladder, Kevin, in order to cut down the net, because he was nearly at the net when he started.
Yeah, some of these guys are pretty big.
Ballard now going up to cut down the net. Ballard, if I don't know that the regionals necessarily has a tournament MVP, but I think if they did, Ballard would have to be the person that would win that tournament MVP. He has just been a beast all 3 games. Showed up today, only 5 rebounds, but 28 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers. Great game by Ballard. And 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Now we see Jackson cutting down his part of the net, and again, this is being filmed by a huddle camera, so it kind of just picks up the movement on the court. So we are not controlling that, don't have any control over it. So you might text your friends from Arlington, tell him to jump around a little bit more underneath that basket.
Yeah. That's one way to get some movement over there.
So Murray now goes up to cut down his piece of the net. He's standing on that ladder, but his head is about 3 inches from the rim, as he is a tall guy as well, listed at 6'7", and I would say that is pretty correct. Again, we will go over some stats here in just a minute. So I am being joined here by Bubba Jennings, and Coach said he's too old to be cutting down any nets. You don't want to go up a ladder unless you absolutely have to, right, Coach?
No, sir. I stay off ladders.
and I guess you've done this before, this cutting down the nets thing. So, Coach, congratulations. Boy, hard-fought game. You all, in the first half, I believe you were up by 16 at one point. Kansas Christian cut it down to 10 and then took the lead in the second half. And from early in the second half, we just had a back-and-forth game for the rest of the game. What are your thoughts?
Well, we knew coming in it'd be a really hard-fought game. Kansas Christian has a really fine team. I watched them back in the fall on tape, and I knew back then they had a really good team, and I knew it was going to be a battle here tonight. I thought our kids came out and played extremely well to start out with. I thought we were really aggressive, and then I think the second half they took over that role, and they were a little more aggressive than us. I was real proud of my kids for hanging in there. You know, typically when you lose the momentum and lose the lead, that's pretty much it. But we fought back hard, and we're able to come back and luckily able to win that game.
I've talked to you about this before, Coach, but you have 4 players in double digits again this game. Musa had 10. Ballard with 28 points, just a beast is how I've been describing him. and I say that in all due respect. And if he doesn't like that term, I won't say it to his face.
No, he likes that. He's a really good player, and you know, he's a good team player, and he played well tonight. I was really proud of Mo because I think Mo had 10 rebounds. Somebody told me Mo had 10 rebounds. That's pretty good for a guy about 5'7", weighs about 130 pounds.
Musa is a good player for you as well. Green off the bench with 13 points, and then Stafford. I thought Stafford was very instrumental for you today inside with 24. Kansas Christian really had trouble finding an answer for Stafford and finding somebody that could guard him.
He's a really good player. He can score around the basket. He's got a good touch with his right hand and left hand, and he's a very difficult guy for guards. And the thing about him, you know, he can step out on the perimeter and drive it to the basket, and that makes him a dual threat, makes him really tough.
All right, I think they're yelling for you over there, Coach. They may make you cut down a net.
Yeah.
And they saved the last of it for you. Congratulations to you, Coach, and to your team.
Okay.
And good luck down at Nationals.
Okay, thank you, sir. We appreciate the hospitality here, and this was great. Kansas Christian's team's really good, and I kind of hope we don't have to face them in the next tournament.
Exactly. Good to speak with you, Coach. Thank you for taking the time to be with us, and I think they want you to cut that last string on the net.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. So the Arlington team is calling for their coach, and they're going to make Coach Jennings go up that ladder. Maybe Ballard and Stafford could just put Coach on their shoulders and lift him up there. So hopefully you all can see this now as Coach Jennings goes up to the top of the ladder. He's going to cut that last piece of string off. He's got his piece. He's got the net. Several of his players have pulled out their cell phones, so if you don't like our angle on it, you can ask them when they get home, and they can show you their angle from up close on their cell phones. So, Kevin, we're just going to run over some quick stats here, and then we're going to wrap this up. Again, Arlington Baptist winning this regional, going on to nationals down in Joplin and Ozark here in another week and a half. Arlington wins 79-75. You want to just run down the points for us there?
Yeah,
Kevin,
so Kansas Christian, we had Washington with 15 points, Fraser with 8, Wilson with 4, Smith with 16, Conley with 10, and then we had Williams with 6, Pineda with 6, Hyacinth with 2, Jordan with 4, Brooks with 2, and O'Quinn, is that how we say that? 2 points.
I think it's O'Quinn. I think it may be wrong there.
O'Quinn with 2 points as well. So then on the Arlington Baptist side, we had Morrow, Musa with 10 points, Hodge with 2, Ballard with 28, Murray with 2. Let me see. Stafford, I'm trying to read this. Green with 13, Stafford with 19, and Jackson with 5.
All right, percentages for the game. Kansas Christian, 43.5% from the field, only 17.6% on threes. They were 3 for 17 on threes, 90% from the free throw line. Good job there by Kansas Christian. Arlington, 45.9% from the field, 42.9% from three, 60.7% from the free throw line. In the enhanced scoring, the one discrepancy that stands out, Arlington 24 points off of turnovers to Kansas Christian 15.
Yeah, that one, and then also the bench points. Bench for Kansas Christian had 22, and Arlington Baptist had 37 bench points. So those bench points and points off of turnovers definitely came in huge at the end of this game.
So Kay Simmons has been asking us for players of the game. Again, we are unofficial, but I'll just give you mine. Trey Ballard, I think, is an easy choice, although Stafford had a good game underneath, but Trey Ballard just really controlled this game. I've been impressed with him all tournament. So for Arlington Baptist, Trey Ballard, any disagreements on that?
You know, I think I agree. Yep, Ballard fought hard, had 28 points, 5 rebounds. Big game from him, played a lot of minutes, played 37 minutes in that game, and I think he's the player of the game for us.
And then it's a little closer on Kansas Christian. Washington had 15 points, Smith had 16.
Yeah, both of them were big playmakers. Conley had a big first half. I thought he was going to be the player of the game, but only ended with 10 points, 9 rebounds. I don't know. I think it's a toss-up between Smith and Washington. I might give it to Washington just because he had to handle so much pressure and guard Ballard so much in that game.
That is true. Washington did a great job on the defensive end, so I'm going to agree with you, Kevin. We're going to go with Washington. Just one more quick thing. Someone asked exactly what Jonathan meant by hoping that Kansas Christian gets a berth to nationals. We've talked about this a few times, but there are 4 regional tournaments. This was the Southwestern region. The winners of the 4 regional tournaments get an automatic bid down to nationals in Joplin here in a week and a half. And since Arlington won this, they will get that automatic bid. There are 4 at-large bids that are given away as well to people that do not win the regionals. Kansas Christian was the number 3 seed in this tournament. They made it all the way to the championship, played Arlington very close. So Kansas Christian, in my book, would be on the bubble of maybe getting a bid to regionals. Probably not, but possibly. So that's kind of what they were talking about there. So anyway, Kevin, any final thoughts?
No, Tim, this was a fun weekend, and glad I was able to come up and call some of these games with you. Very exciting, and hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Thank you to Kansas Christian College for all the work they did to host this tournament. It has been a great tournament. And thank you to Kansas Christian College for asking me to come up and do this. This has been a pleasure and an honor for me to do, although I don't know that I'm going to be talking for a while. But
get home and rest that voice, Tim.
I've got to get home and check my schedule, but I think I may have to preach tomorrow night at church. So we may be watching a video tomorrow night at church for anybody that may be listening from Larry City. With that said, this is Tim Scott with Kevin Kramer. Thank you all for joining us for this regional tournament at Kansas Christian. One last time, Arlington wins it 79-75 over Kansas Christian. They are the champion. On the girls' side, champion wins 76-72 over Ozark. Two great games that weren't decided until the final seconds, and we were happy to be here to broadcast them for you. Thank you to all those that commented on live stream. That made it fun for us. We enjoyed hearing from you. We hope to hear from you again soon. This is Tim Scott with Kevin Kramer saying goodbye from Kansas Christian College.